Hey folks, and welcome to another livery build on Ride 5. Today we turn our focus away from the British Superbikes into road racing. The Isle of Man TT is past, so what better way to honour that than creating one of the nicest liveries that I saw, the Moobob BMW of MLAV Racing's very own Ian Hutchinson. There were some absolutely stunning liveries on show, as there always are at road racing events. Hard to pick a favourite. You know me, I like pink, so I was a big fan of James Hillier's muck-off Honda. But I've been a huge fan of Ian Hutchinson's for a long time. He's up there with one of my favourite road racers ever. So I have to give it a go. I have to. Sorry, Adam BGP again, who's probably already made this one already, and I'm again copying him. But he's very fast. He is very fast at creating those liveries when they're announced. I take some time, but I really wanted to do this one. As soon as I saw it, it's so nice to see Ian Hutchinson back, and back competitive as well. He got his top 3 finish at Northwest 200, which was a very moving race to witness. And yeah, I have to make this one for that reason. I used to go to... So I was born in Yorkshire. I was born in Scarborough. Lived just out Scarborough when I was a young lad. So I spent a lot of time at Oliver's Mount. So, you know, even over British Superbikes and other motorcycle events that I went to, the Scarborough Oliver's Mount circuit and road racing was probably my main focus when I was a young lad. So I grew up watching all of the top racers at Oliver's Mount, from Guy Martin, John McGuinness, and even Dean Harrison and Lee Johnson as well more recently before I left England. So that was a time where road racing heavily influenced me. It was the main thing that I was really into, and it was around that age where Ian Hutchinson kind of came onto the scene and was dominant. He's a Yorkshire lad as well, is Ian Hutchinson. He was born in Bingley. Bingley is in West Yorkshire. Although, in my research, I found out he has roots going back to New Zealand and Guatemala, which I thought was quite interesting trivia. But of all of the road racers, my favourite all-time road racer, if I had to pick one racer, I have never actually made his livery. This is going to get you thinking, right? I have never made his livery. I don't think I can. I would struggle, and no, it's not Ivan Linton with his Staffabet crazy bike. Have a guess in comments who it could be. My all-time favourite road racer. I've never made his livery. I've seen people attempt it. I think it's too hard. Take a guess. But definitely up there, you have the likes of Guy Martin. You have the likes of Ian Hutchinson, Dean Harrison, John McGuinness that I've grown up watching. So this is a really nice livery. It's not got loads of sponsors that needed creating. I think I created maybe 6 for this one coming into it. So it was more of the complex part of this livery was creating the different shapes that are on the bike, and to be honest, that wasn't too bad. So to tweak it and make it a little bit more difficult, what I did was I put a matte black background. I'm going to change that at the end so it's like a matte, maybe midnight blue, but we'll go with like a matte base, which on a few photographs that I saw of his bike, it's not matte, but it's not glossy either. So we'll try and recreate that effect the best that we can. So the British Superbike DLC has been out 1 week now, and wow, thank you so much to have that reception and hype for it. You know, this game is over 2 years old, or about 2 years old now, and with each new livery and with each new DLC packet that I put out, it's understandable that it would get less traction, less downloads, less engagement, and that's totally fine. I kind of understand that. The excitement is when the games come out and it's fresh and all of the designers are in there trying to make new content. I'm still here 2 years on, and a couple of other guys, Adam BGP, Gordon Van Aanholt, still here grinding away, creating content for you guys, so that if you bought the game now, you're still getting fresh content, which I think is really cool, and it kind of drives me to keep going. But the British Superbike Championship in 1 week the 2025 season has had more downloads than my Moto America 2024 season, and that came out in the second half of last year. So I think the last time I checked, we were just under 300 downloads in less than a week, which is crazy. Thank you so much. I know from the amount of messages that I've got personally that people have bought the game to play it. A lot of people have picked it up cheap and are giving it a go to experience the British Superbikes, and also brought to my attention that you do need a DLC to actually play it. I forgot to mention this on the previous video, so if you're here, hi, welcome back. But you would need the Born to Race DLC. Born to Race DLC will give you, it's probably the best DLC that they released for this game, so it's worth getting anyway. But you would get this bike, the 2023 model BMW Race Modified. The Race Modified was locked behind DLC paywall. The normal road version was literally on the front cover and released as part of the game. I don't know why. I would have probably just given the race model for free as part of the game. I say for free, but included within the base game. So, Milestone, didn't like that too much. But you have to buy that DLC, Born to Race. It does give you the CBR 600 as well, so you do get some decent road model bikes in that one that are very useful if you are trying to make championships. What has also been lovely to see is the likes of SDPG, SD Productions, Sean Dobie. He's creating YouTube videos. Charlie Randall's over at 24 Racing Series. He's jumped on the YouTube videos and is playing this DLC. And actually, shout out 24 Racing Series. They are going to run multiple seasons of the championship and make tweaks with each season, so actually have racers change teams, which I think is a really cool idea. And it's something, when I first saw the Race Creator created, and I was in the midst of creating the 2024 season download, I was like, oh yes, I could do this. I could run like an ongoing championship, so riders change teams, we bring in new sponsors, maybe switch up liveries. And then I realized that, you know what, I'm gonna like it, but I'm sharing a lot of this content and I've got a lot of requests. I should probably focus on content that people actually want to see and want to do, rather than me spending hours and hours on something just for me, just for my eyes. So I went to creating different replicas and just went down that path. But it's great to see that Charlie over at 24 Racing Series is going to try and pick that up, and I'll be happy to help him with it. So if you are still on the fence about that championship, do go and check out those guys and the content they are creating. So you can see that the side of the bike, as with every BMW that I seem to create, is very different, and it seems like they've done their best to design with the contours and the holes that they could. A lot of shapes, but it seems to work. I do quite like it. I usually like to leave this part of the tank like a matte colour, or like an exposed matte colour or something, a metal. But in this instance, based off the image I'm looking at, it is white and it is quite busy, so that's going to be interesting. So I'm looking for a nice sticker. I thought I'd create one. I'd already created one, but turns out I hadn't, so I'll just use somebody else's. There's really no shame in using other people's content. I mean, that's why I share mine, so go for it. And I am very lazy, because instead of just making my own, which probably wouldn't have taken too long, I'm patching up and changing the colour of this guy's M. I'll do it on the other side as well. So Ian Hutchinson, as I said, one of my all-time favourite road racers. He first competed in the Isle of Man TT back in 2004, so I was a young lad. I'd probably just started secondary school, or in the early years of secondary school then, so quite an impressionable time of my life. So that's probably why he made such an impression when I saw him racing. He had TT successes in 2020, as of 2025, as this year we have 14 TT events that he's attended. He's had 16 race wins, 27 podiums. However, if we look back at the career of Ian Hutchinson, you can't look past the historic performance of 2010. The only rider in the history of the Isle of Man TT to win 5 solo TT races in a single week. Superbike once, Superstock once, 2 Supersport races, and the Senior TT in 1 week. That is some going, and it hasn't been done since. Other road racing achievements: 3 victories at the 2015 and 2016 TT festivals, including multiple podiums at the Joey Dunlop Championship. He's been to Macau, which I didn't know. Turns out he's been to Macau. I do try and watch that, but you have to cast your mind back to 2013 when he won the Macau Grand Prix then. 3 wins at the Northwest 200, 9 wins at the Ulster GP, 20 plus podiums. An incredible success story, however, one mired with incredible bad luck. Really sad. After the success of 2010, he suffered a horrific, badly broken leg during a British Superbike Championship race, Super Sport that was. That has required dozens of surgery, a hell of a lot of rehab. Came back 2017, broke his femur at the TT race when he was on the Tyco BMW, and has had to come back from that. I know he's had a stroke and he's had to come back from that as well. It is, I mean, a testament to his tenacity that he is competitive today, still racing. I can think of many riders that probably would have given up, in all honesty, because that is some going. But there we go. That is the bike done and dusted. It didn't take too long, right? It was pretty good despite the details. Let's take a look. This is the 2025 Moobob BMW MLAV Racing of Ian Hutchinson. He raced this year in the TT with Mike Brown. You can pick up the Mike Brown replica as well. That has been done by Adam BGP for sure, because I've shared that on Ride Liveries. If I am to critique this, and it might just be the lighting here in the showcase, I would probably say the blue is ever so slightly too light. I maybe would have made that a teeny bit darker. Let's see how it looks like on the track though. I think that will probably give us a better idea. So I've taken it on the roads, of course, to the surprise of nobody, and yeah, actually looks way better out on track. We're at the Southern 100. I have created a suit on the Alpine Stars, which you can download. You can download that with the download name Moobob BMW. It hasn't got a number on, so you can wear it for your own career mode as well. But the bike came out really well. It looks nearly identical to the images that I was working off. I don't like road racing because I'm not very good at racing on normal tracks, so if you stick hedges and curbs and walls, I crash a lot. There we are. So what do you think? Is there more road racing bikes do you want to see? Are there different championships you want to see? Or do you want to see completely custom liveries? I have an idea of taking 2 ideas and mashing them together into a livery, so I might do that later this week. But head back through the catalogue of BSB liveries and more. Please enjoy. Thank you for commenting, thank you for liking and subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And also thank you for enjoying the BSB Championship 2025. More to come. Crix us out.